Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Nonstop Talking with your girl here, Vivian Liu. After watching the Untamed Chinese name Chen Qingling, I am on a Chinese drama kick right now. I decided to pick up 亲爱的,热爱的 and the English title is Go Go Squid. I know it's a little weird, but it'll make sense. I picked this up because everyone was saying that it's super duper sweet, and there were a lot of comparisons to it with 恶作剧之吻. It started with a kiss, which is one of my all-time favorite Taiwanese dramas. I'm talking about the older one, not the newer like stuff. And I'm talking about the first season, not the second season. So knowing that it's being compared to one of my all-time favorites, and then watching the trailer, I was immediately sold and decided to watch it, and it's conveniently on YouTube. Another thing that helps is when I see the cast and I see familiar faces from dramas I've previously enjoyed. So the main guy, Li Xian, he was in Medical Examiner Qing, which I think the Chinese name was 法医清明. And the actor who plays his cousin, DT, he was in A Love So Beautiful, 致我们单纯小美好. Actually, I really like that too. It gives off the same, like, it started with the kiss vibes. But anyways, we're here to talk about Go Go Squid. 亲爱的,热爱的 just has that winning formula for me. Our female protagonist, Tong Nian, is a genius. She's 19 years old, has already graduated college, and is working on her master's in computer science. She helps out at a relative's internet cafe during her winter vacation, and there she crosses paths with a handsome patron. She engages in a few sketchy and stalker-like behaviors and acts to try to get close to this cold and cool main male character. His name is Han Shangyan, and he is not interested in love at all. Hilarity and sweetness begins to brew, and this opposites attract couple just like captured my heart completely. There were so many romance tropes utilized in this drama that I really enjoyed. First of all, I like age gap romance. Second of all, I love like a well done first love college campus love story, though the setting in this technically isn't at a college campus, but the first love feels were very strong, and rightly so. I also think it's fun when it's the girl chasing after the boy. I have a soft spot for the Daimon versus Gaoleng relationship. I just think they make such a good pair. But like the Daimon is like the Japanese like moe, and it's like translated online as like endearingly silly, and then the Gaoleng is obviously like the cold, reserved, aloof. Yeah, you get it, it's them. Besides romance tropes done right, this drama also has amazing side characters and has really cute side relationships as well. Furthermore, we get a ton of eye candy in the K&K team. My favorites are 97 and Demo. I just think they are so adorable. I later was reminded that Demo is actually one of the winners from Produce Camp 2019, which was a reality show I actually watched. Besides Demo and 97, I would say like my all-time favorite would be DT, just because I do remember him from A Love So Beautiful. He's so tall and so handsome, and he's so amazing in this because he doesn't really make a big appearance and he doesn't really talk much, but when he does speak, like his dialogue is just gold. So I love the actor Hu Yitian, but as for his character DT and his crush on Apple Dog, I'm a little bit iffy about this. Obviously there wasn't any time for it to be developed, and if there is a second season, like it's rumored that there would be a second season, I hope that the second season will do DT and Apple Dog justice. Alright, let's actually focus on our main couple, Tong Nian and Han Shangyan. I think they were both really well casted, especially Tong Nian. I think Yang Zi just has this amazing ability to pull off that very cute character. She had like a lot of like small gestures and acts and facial expressions that I thought were very on point. And sometimes when you play like a really cutesy character, it's really easy for it to become vomit inducing, but I never felt that way with Tong Nian. The chemistry between Tong Nian and Han Shangyan was excellent. I was jumping with like schoolgirl joy over how sweet their relationship was. I think it was very well developed. Although this drama isn't perfect, just how sugary the main relationship was puts this drama in good standings in my book. Therefore, you do have to be fond of sweetness to buy into this drama. We do have another couple, our side pair, Yaya, who is Tong Nian's friend, and Xiaomi, who was Han Shangyan's ex-teammate. At first, I was hoping that the gorgeous, she's really gorgeous, Yaya would end up with someone from the KK team. That doesn't happen, and at first I was like, oh, maybe she's like a little too good looking for Xiaomi. But Yaya's acting in this as in love fangirl was so well done. Like her portrayal of just being like a happy fangirl was so fantastic and real, and made their relationship seem very believable, and because of that I was sold. Plus it was nice that Xiaomi didn't like drag it out like Han Shangyan. Something else I really liked and respected about this drama is the familial love and different depictions of family. So we do have two single parent households in this. The first one is Han Shangyan with his stepmom. I really like this just because it ended up being really refreshing to be watching a drama where the stepmom is nice and not evil, so that was great. The main single parent household that we have is definitely Xiao Ai and her father Solo. This arc was so well done. It made me so emotional. It was great to see a single father be like doing just the best and doing such a good job. Her parents' separation, the terrible separation, and then her disability, like it just added so much substance to the story, and it really was an emotional ride. The young actress that plays Xiao Ai is very talented, and I wish her such a long and bright career. In addition, I really liked Tong Nian's family. I think it was really sweet that her parents were so loving and supportive of each other and their daughter. I do understand where Mama Tong was coming from when she was just like, ooh, I don't like that Han Changyan, because he wasn't really that great at like their first meeting. She allows him the opportunity to change her mind, and she also respects her daughter as an adult, and I just think that family dynamic was very precious as well, even though she got involved when she really shouldn't have. I also really liked the bond that Han Shangyan had with his grandfather. I know that they were like constantly bickering back and forth, but you could also see that they really loved each other, and that his grandfather was trying to understand him and his career choices. So I do want to go back and talk about the main couple again. You can see that Tong Nian is like quite obedient, if that's the right word. But yeah, and I really like that Han Changyan makes it clear, like to tell her like, hey, I want you to be independent, I want you to have your own goals and your own ambitions, like you don't have to like be following me around. And I think that's really sweet. Even though they broke up a few too many times, I think that like the progression and development of their relationship made sense, and because of that it felt believable. They balanced each other out, and I really liked watching Tong Nian thaw the ice that is in Han Shangyan's heart. His character does a lot of things that are very redeemable, and you can see it with the way he takes care of his, I guess, employees, underlings, people working for him, those young kids. He's very responsible and he cares. Randomly, I actually like that Tong Nian rejected the first marriage proposal. I think that was like a good choice for her at that time. So like I said, I like the way that the relationship developed. Oh, I also really liked the usage of apps in this modern dating love story. I think it was well utilized and added brownie points to the drama. One of the best things about watching that like cold, aloof, reserved, cool guy playing the lead in a romance is the fact that when it gets to the time that he has to confess, it's just so good. And we get like kind of two confessions. There's like the one that he does in front of Tong Nian's parents, and then there's the marriage proposal one, and they're both just so adorable, so sweet. And I can see why the actor Li Xian's popularity went up after this, because I felt my heart being stolen away. So I do love this drama a lot, but there were some things I was a little iffy about. First of all, I like tried googling CTF, but I guess it was too broad because nothing really showed up. But is cybersecurity competition a thing? Can someone please tell me? The competition aspect was kind of lame, to be honest. I wished it could have been like either 全职高手, the King's Avatar, or even Love 020, 微微一笑很倾城, be like a video game and then have video game graphics would have been a lot better. So that was my first complaint. My second complaint is that this drama flashed back way too much. It flashed back like beyond its own good. The flashbacks weren't good. No one cared about the previous grudge. It was lame and it dragged out. Viewers care about the present. They don't care about the past. Stop with all the unnecessary flashbacks. My third thing, it's connected to the flashbacks. But because of the flashbacks and some other parts, we are introduced to a Mandarin rendition of Beyond's beloved song, and the first time it played I was like, oh, I'm listening, I'm mishearing this, and then I realized, no, I'm not mishearing this. They went and tried, and fail they did, because I don't think anyone was happy with this Mandarin rendition, because I wasn't. What was wrong with the original song in Cantonese that there needs to be a Mandarin version that butchers the song? So we would get that song and then the flashbacks, and I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. And so I got smart and I started just fast forwarding through the flashbacks. So honestly, this drama, too many not good flashbacks. My fourth complaint is, does this show not have a clothing budget? Because Blueberry is almost always in the same outfit. I don't know if you like were paying attention to the flashbacks. Maybe it's because they were filmed like on the same days, but they're literally in the same outfit, even though it's a different day, even though it's a different year. And you're just like, wow, this production team really didn't have a clothing budget at all. Like, there's that one moment where Xiao Ai's mom confronts Solo. I think that's the part where she like confesses, right? And she has a sweatshirt and then a brown collar button up sticking like underneath. In the next scene, Xiao Ai's mom like shows up like at the doorstep with the baby. She's actually wearing the brown button-up shirt without the sweatshirt. And I'm just like, am I seeing things? Am I overanalyzing things? Is this really happening? I don't understand. Was there no budget for clothing for this whatsoever? Because in that same flashback, Apple Dog like gets upset, right? And so she's in this like t-shirt and this like dress thing, and then it like flash forwards into the future a little bit, where like Solo's like getting used to being like a dad now, and Apple Dog like shows up at his doorstep and she's in the exact same outfit. I'm just like, I don't understand. I don't need them to have like beautiful clothing. I don't need them to have a lot of clothing, but could it just be like, they deserve more than one, right? Like, did Blueberry get any like outfit changes? Was it always just the same dress, hat outfit, and then the bathrobe when she was in the hotel with her husband? Like, I don't understand. And then the main girl, Tong Nian. I didn't mind the sweatshirts with like the writing. I thought they were kind of funny and cute and added to her character, but she had some baggy ass jackets and clothing, and some of them were really ugly, coming off like as trash bags. And yeah, honestly, if you come back with the second season, don't do this. Stop giving our main girl such unstylish clothes. Like her roommate, like her clothes were better fitting, but she was an outfit repeater too. Yaya, I don't know. Increase the clothing budget. This is actually probably one of my like biggest complaints, because obviously the clothing budget is like something you can just like haha laugh over, but I felt like there were a lot of side plots that were introduced that weren't adequately concluded. Obviously we have DT and Apple Dog, and then we just have Xiao Ai as well, so it's never cleared, like, did she move to Norway with her mom? And then we have questions about, what about Solo's career and position? Was he able to save his job? And then we have the whole thing like, who wins the world championship? There's just so many loose ends. And so if there is a second season, all these questions need to be answered. Plus, if there's a second season, we need to have a really grand wedding for Tong Nian and Han Shangyan. I don't know if this is going to get me in trouble for saying something like this, but as a non-Chinese citizen, I don't know, like, this drama actually got a lot of praise for being very patriotic. But I felt that maybe it was a bit too patriotic, and it pushed propaganda a little bit too much and obvious. Don't get mad at me. I do think that it's great that this drama is sending out a positive message to the youth. Chase after your dreams, put respect back on China's name, but it's a little bit too much. And the last thing that threw me off about this drama is definitely like the weird cuts. Do you remember when they're in Sanya and the, I guess, reporter chick like secretly takes a photo of Tong Nian and Han Shangyan, and then nothing happens? Like, why was that included if there were no repercussions? And during like the All Stars MVP, I read in the comments that the scene for the tournament or the match was filmed and then was cut, and I think that was a terrible decision. First of all, I think it would have been really entertaining to watch, and second of all, because of that, what episode was it? Was it episode 37? Yeah, I think it was episode 37. Like, episode 37 really lacked flow. Like, all of a sudden you jump from like saying that they were gonna compete to like them like doling out like really like long thank you speeches, and then Tong Nian getting like overly excited and you don't understand why, and then you realize, oh, it's because they just competed and they skipped all of that, and we deserve to see that. So I don't know why it was cut, but it was sadly cut, and I don't understand, because it would have really helped the flow of episode 37. And honestly, if they cut some of the flashbacks, there would have been time for it if that was what they were worried about. I know I pointed out quite a few like negative points, but I do want to reiterate that I actually really loved Go Go Squid. 亲爱的热爱的 is very sweet and cute, and I just had such a great time watching it. I was watching it on my iPad, and I like just could not put my iPad down because I was obsessed. I was all for this couple. I will have to admit that the final episode necessarily had a lot of flashbacks as well, but I think that was a problem like with the overall drama, not just with the final episode. But yeah, like, honestly, I would highly recommend Go Go Squid. I've already recommended to two of my friends that I know watch Chinese dramas. The first friend, I like told her, it's like, it'll give you, it started with the kiss vibes. She's like, what? That's an all-time fave. And I'm like, I know, go watch it. And then the next one, I know she watches Korean dramas, and she's like kind of like in a stump with dramas, but I told her like, hey, there's this Chinese one that's really cute and I think you would enjoy it. It's right up my alley. I think it's gonna be right up your alley. So hopefully they watch it, and then I'll have friends too in real life that I can gush over this drama with. Truthfully, I just think the first love feels in this were just so strong and done so right, and I am suffering from major drama withdrawals. Like, after I was done, I immediately was like, I want to rewatch it. I miss these characters so much. And so I've just been like rewatching, or not rewatching, sorry. I've just been searching up like interviews and behind the scenes and just being like, I just need more of this precious couple. So hopefully there will be a second season. And if there is, the problems that I brought up, please address them. And please don't make our couple break up in the second season. That's not gonna make me happy, okay? Major like drama, like what is it, is it a drama hangover? Is that what they call it nowadays? But yeah, and I think that is a sign that I was thoroughly entertained, and I ended up giving this a 4 out of 5. If you've seen this drama, let me know in the comments down below what are your thoughts, and we can discuss how sweet and cute and sugary cotton candy this main couple is. Oh, by the way, I did this on purpose because you know how like the main girl has the headphones with the cat ears. I don't have headphones with cat ears. These are actually leftover from my Annie cosplay. But yeah, I thought like, hey, I can look kind of like the main character and do that cutesy thing, even though I don't do it as well as she does. No way. I'm the vomit inducing kind. Anyways, outro time. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in my next video whenever that is. Bye!